Virgo, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. And sorry, I just pulled your cards and I just started laughing. I just thought, I don't know what you guys have got going on. I really want it though, I tell you. Two additional guidance cards came up for you, which actually makes sense to me. Okay, I don't know where, I think I'll go with the additional guidance cards because there's a sense, Virgo, okay, that it's like one foot and the other foot. You seem to be in a bit of a transition, although there's no cards to show you that, but I'll tell you why. Your first card was not for you, okay? And I looked at the readings and I thought, this doesn't make sense. Apart from one, the Two of Discs reverse, which is having to hold on, let go of something, but maybe not, maybe resisting letting it go. And I said, it just doesn't make sense. And then I said, what for you? But then what? Where's this all going? Yeah. And you got Treasure Island, and it's a Treasure Island. It makes sense. You're my third reading, and the whole theme of the three readings, and I think, I mean, Capricorns was very, very intense too, if you get any Capricorn in you. I think some of yous have been or are still letting something go in order to move towards this treasure. I think there might be a bit of resistance. Everyone resists change, okay, because change is linked with our deep, deep, deep security needs. And our security needs are the moon, and they cannot be overcome. It's impossible to overcome them. All we can ever do is make them become aware of them. And if we become aware of them, then we're not totally controlled by them. Yeah, so we can become a bit more fluid, a bit more less gripping and less holding. These will make sense, but I knew this not for you card had a deeper meaning, and that's why I picked up Treasure Island. Something's guiding you forward, something's pulling you, Virgo. I think it's love and passion, personally, since you've got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Basically, I just think it's warmth. This is either with another person or it's the energies that are being activated within you. Basically, there's not, because sometimes we go through this with another person and sometimes we go through it single, whatever that means, because none of us we're all interconnected anyhow, because you've got the Sun card at the bottom of the deck. This is what's coming up for you. So there's this new life. It's like, imagine you've been in the moon, you've been in the dark, because this represents a subconscious position. It's like there's new light, new warmth, and new life coming through for you. And boy, is it beautiful. And this sun is leading to this sense of rebirth, being reborn. There's no other way to describe this Judgment card. And I know some of you might find my language quite odd, but a lot of us are twice born, especially people watching my tarot are going to be, which means we've done a lot of release work, we've done a lot of work which has changed us. And what they call that in esoteric language is being a twice born. It's very common. Loads of people would do it. The classic example I use would be someone who's left their marriage, who was once thought one way and then had divine awakening and suddenly see life in a new way. And what's so incredible, it's the sun that's pushing, it's like there's light coming in through the dark, which is creating this beautiful new seeds, this feeling of thank you, of gratitude. I just don't know what on earth you're doing, Virgo, but I like it. Okay, so you start the week. These are really profound cards together, and I know I spent a lot of time, but it's very often to see the sun coming from the bottom up. It's like there's light coming into the shadow parts of you. And when that happens, that's when we get the energy for rebirth, to create new plans and new chapters and new life, okay? Because you start the week with 2 aces, Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands. So some of yous have got the series Hots for someone. The Ace of Wands is about sexual attraction and love, the Ace of Cups, okay? If it's not about another person, it's just you're just feeling this incredible energy within you, which is probably cleansing an awful lot of the old debris out of your emotional systems, out of your heart. It's literally a spiritual awakening that's happening here, and it's either happening just to you or you're connecting with someone else. It's love that's doing it, because the universe finds its way to us, and it either finds its way through another person, through knowledge, through aha moments. It doesn't matter how it happens, the fact is it's happening. It comes to the 9 of Discs, so this is a card about enjoy some time on your own so you can accumulate and let this energy through, because you do not get energy like this very often. Imagine you've been given this nectar and use every single drop of it in the most, so don't fling it away, keep it and allow this inner process to happen, because you've also got the Page of Cups, who's walking towards the King of Cups. So if this is love, this is because it might be love because it's the emotional world. It's what goes on between you and another person, or you're just having all this going on within. And if you've got all this going on within you, it doesn't matter if you're with someone else, because you've got the same, it's the same thing. The Page of Cups can often mean this flirtatious stage of a relationship. And the King of Cups sometimes in his shadow side can be just putting his foot in. So it's a little bit of still keeping your guard. Just saying, oh, you know, when you dip your foot in, is this safe? Are these waters safe? I don't tend to read the cards like that, but they've been showing up a bit like that, so I had to say that. If not, this is purification of the heart. And we purify the heart with all this energy coming up and clearing out the old, clearing out the bull crap, the debris, and then it becomes compost for a new growth, for a new life, all this awakening of the heart, because it's then going to the King of Cups. And if that isn't what I first suggested, this is great maturing of the self. It's like you've got this little bit of oasis. So you might live in this crazy world where everyone's got an agenda, everyone's got this script, but you've got this little bit of calm and treasure within it. And the thing is, Virgo, see, when you get this, you don't lose it, because a lot of things in life come and go. This does not come and go, because it's that joy that radiates from within us, and that's the sort of emotional healing that you can spread throughout the world. You know, you can just literally radiate this good vibe to everyone around you. That's incredible. It's with the Two of Discs in reverse. So the Two of Discs upright is generally about letting go of something you're holding on to. That might be what these mean, but it's in reverse. So there might be a little bit of resistance to doing that. Everyone, yeah, because you're guarding something. You're trying to preserve a little bit of what you've got here. Yeah. And I think that's why the Two of Cups is, the Two of Discs is coming up in reverse. So no wonder with this energy, honestly, because people say falling in love or spiritual awakening is all joy. It's actually, I mean, it is, but the urge to still hold on to, the urge to still protect a little bit of your territory is also really, really powerful. And we can spend a lifetime working with these cards, okay, to go, oh my gosh, this far and no further, because you're pulling a little bit of your energy back. They're minor arcanas, they're states of mind, so just don't worry. Allow it to pass through. Know you're doing it. Know you're a little bit, maybe a little bit frightened of the extent of this energy. Okay? And don't worry about it, because look at the outcome. The World card with the Temperance card. Now these both came up for Capricorn. The World card is someone who's ready just to launch forward, but even deeper. This is a huge awakening. The World card is the last major arcana, which means a whole puzzle has been put into place. Just like, oh my gosh, I see it. That is the final piece of the jigsaw put into place. So I can complete this new cycle. It's with the Temperance card. You know what, Virgo? We're all half human and we're all half divine. That is our true nature. And learning to mingle and mix them both is one of Virgo's lessons. And in esoteric law, until we all get to terms with Virgo energy, the world won't change, which means we all have to accept that we're half divine and we're half human. And somewhere along the line, we're all sort of mixing it all up. So that Temperance card is about allowing the divine to penetrate your body, to take you over, to... It's quite a gentle card. Sometimes it's got quite a vulnerable feeling that, oh my gosh, what is happening to me? Virgo, you've got one of the most beautiful readings in the world. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because it's so intense. It's either happening through relationships. Listen, the Page of Swords keeps appearing. There might be some communication that needs to happen. There might be a dialogue with someone that needs to take place. He's gone again. He's gone. But if a card keeps flashing, I know it's got a message. There might be some communication that needs to happen. And that might only be for a few people watching. This reading is giving me shivers. And there might be a little bit of guarding. It's up to you what you do with that energy, Virgo. If I get this reading, I would just allow the whole thing to play out. Some things only get power if you choose to give it power, or you take back that power and let it work through you and say, okay, I'm resisting something, I feel guarded, I'm a little bit frightened because I feel a little bit vulnerable. And email me. Okay, loads and loads of love. There's some sort of huge change going on here, Virgo. Loads of love. Bye.